Doo-ba-doo. So let's see, who else is a beautiful man that I can talk about this evening? Well, of course, we have to talk about Barack Obama. I swear, he had such an, well, not had, has. It's not like he's going anywhere. But he has such an infectious smile. That's what I really, that's like thing about him. It's nice to see someone with an open face. You could really see the pain in his face over the last few years. Things I'm sure we'll learn the truth about later on that he can't necessarily talk about right now. Oh, I'm so glad he has Michelle. I'm so glad about that. I mean, the whole Barack and Michelle thing, that's like such a beautiful love story, really, when you look at it. Love it. Love them. So grateful to have had them in my lifetime. For not just political reasons, but of course, several personal reasons that I might not ever even fully disclose to you, the public. But let's keep this let's get a little bit light now. So, oh, this is hot. You know who I think is attractive, and y'all are going to laugh at me. But as he's getting older, he's grown on me. Justin Bieber. And I think, what his saving grace is? That he's kind of tall. I don't think he's super tall, but I think he's got some height to him. And that's why as he's getting older, he's starting to look a little bit better. When he was younger, I never got it. I was like, what's this? But as he's getting older, I can see it. I can see. And the only reason I'm bringing him up is because I was at the store today, and there's like a display of posters, and there were these little girls, and they were like, oh, Justin Bieber. And I was like, Justin Bieber. But in that recent particular poster, he was looking kind of fine. I was like, whoa, look at him. Okay. All right, Bieber. Getting all Bieberlicious. Yeah, but you know who Justin Bieber wants to be, but he never will be? At least in regards to sex appeal? Justin Timberlake. That's right. Justin Timberlake. I think he is hot. He might be the hottest slim white male in America right now, if you really want to call him white. But yeah. But, at the same time, when you put him next to Usher, there's just no comparison. It's like, Justin Timberlake is like Usher's pinky. That's really how I feel about it. When I saw Usher do his thing at the, what was that? I think it was like some sort of, I think it might have been the last Obama concert for President Barack Obama. I'm always going to call him President Barack Obama, not like past president or anything, because he's America's last president, to be honest with you. I really think so. But I thought Usher's performance was just perfect. just goes to show. Just goes to show. Some people are just basically superhumans. Some people are. So I guess that's going to conclude my talk about beautiful men tonight. I don't really have any other men that I feel like mentioning that have immediately come to mind. Not at all. Let me just skim back through my mental Rolodex, though. Are there any more men? Well, yeah, there is. There's one more that I feel like talking about tonight. And, maybe I'll talk about beautiful men again another day. But Malcolm X, he's probably number one on my list of beautiful men. Mainly because when it came to his drive and determination in order to get people to really take another look at what's been going on with African Americans. I mean, well, when you look at how he gave his life to make it known that things are not all right. That right there, that's great. Because sometimes things are not all right. And when things aren't all right, I think you do have to say something about it. A lot of us are reaching a point to where ourselves, rocking the boat, it's definitely going to affect my life. It's going to affect my livelihood. It's going to affect my future. But I have to do it so that others won't have such a hard time later. Because I'll tell you, some of the mentalities and everything that I'm witnessing nowadays, it's scaring the hell out of me. I'm not too scared. I do know in my core and in my heart that everything is going to be all right. But just the level of evil that's being displayed and the level of hatred, I guess I really wanted to believe that much of it had dissipated. But I think it was just resting. And evil and hatred, it looks for desperation in people in order to gain ground. And a lot of times desperation comes from fear of the unknown, lack of understanding. So it's going to be an interesting next few years. But like I've said on my Twitter and like I've said in a multitude of my videos, try your best only to accept what you know is right. And don't accept things that are not okay to you. Because you don't have to. Don't accept a reality that isn't a reality that you can see yourself in. Because I really do believe that we all have the power to create our own reality. I think a lot of it has to do with training your brain. I think a lot of it has to do with having a real good spiritual foundation. Of course, I recommend Jesus Christ, but to each their own. I've just found that Jesus Christ is very openly available to those who need them. So that's who I prefer to talk to. And you know what? Since I forgot, I didn't forget, but Jesus Christ was a beautiful man. Now, of course, he was the Son of God, so gave him a little bit of an advantage. Actually, that's why I think I really do. I think that's why a lot of men have issues with Christianity. I think so. I think that there's a little bit of jealousy there, and that's something that, men, you got to get over that, because he was the Son of God. You can't compete with Jesus. I think a lot of times when women connect strongly with Jesus, the man in their life feels that somehow that's taking away from them, but men, that's not how it is at all. There's enough room in every woman's heart for both Jesus and you. Definitely, because those are two completely different kinds of relationships. But I really want to encourage men out there, especially American men. You have all these ego psychos who are all like, oh, don't just be a man, be a god. No, you're not gods, you're men. So don't try to be gods. It's silly. I swear. It's so silly. I don't want to be a god. I mean, it's weird when you really think about it. So, yeah, Jesus was a beautiful man. Definitely. Definitely. I think part of the reason that they went after him was because he was such a beautiful man, and so many men were probably jealous of him in that time. Something to think about.